Welcome, and you're tuned into Race and Rock live from Tierp Arena with very special guests. Very welcome to Adam Lambert and to Alan Johnson. Very welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Your name, of course, is Pro Stock Mopar. That's what your.
In Twitter, it's AJ Mopar Pro Stock, and then Alan Johnson Racing on Facebook.
All right, there we go. And of course, Adam Lambert is a specialist from Penske.
Yes, yeah, I specialize in suspension. Yeah, building shock absorbers and struts.
Okay, have you found any of your stuff here?
Yeah, I'd say we have probably 50% of the suspended cars here in Tierp, and that's pretty surprising. It's good to see that our stuff has made it this far over. You
were a bit surprised about that?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, as far as I see some of the pro cars that came from the U.S., they came with the suspension on, but there's a lot of customers that I've met over the phone that I've never met in person until this trip, so it's good to come over for sure.
Yeah. So this is your first trip?
Yes, first time.
Okay. And you haven't been here before either?
No, my first trip to Europe. I've never been to Europe, all over the country, but all over the world, but never to Europe.
Well, then you're very welcome.
Yeah, I love Sweden. It's very beautiful. Went to Stockholm and spent a day with Stefan and his wife, and Pam and I really enjoyed it and thought the city was awesome. And the facility here at Tierp is first class, right up with anything we race at in the States.
Good. I'm glad you're comfortable here. That's good.
Very.
Because we want you guys to come back, of course. And since you're racing, but you handle the parts and you sell the parts, you should, of course, announce your coming here in advance for next year, so that we can really drain your brain on information on shocks.
Definitely, yeah. Anybody that runs Penske product, we're more than happy to help. And without Stefan getting me over here, it wouldn't have happened. So a lot of thanks goes to him and his team for getting me here, for sure.
Yeah, and to me, my knowledge of shock absorbers is that you need them.
Gotta have them.
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, that's about
Especially
it.
if they're Penskes, that's the only way to go.
of course it is. Needless to say, but of course there's different qualities. But and of course you can read a graph and help the people here.
Absolutely, yeah. I as long as you're a Penske customer, I'm more than happy to help you live with data acquisition and helping fine tune and adjust on the car, and anything we can help you with. That's what we're here for.
And maybe if you promise to come back, they might buy more of your products.
Well, buy more products and I'll come back. How about that?
well, it is that way, because if you buy something and you don't understand it, it doesn't help you.
I agree 100%. Yep.
Because, I mean, adjustability is grand as long as you know how to adjust it. Otherwise, you're lost in space.
Agreed, yeah. And that's the one thing we specialize in is adjustability. So once you understand it, you're good to go.
Have you taught the team here?
Yeah,
of course you're with Thomas, but you talk to other teams as well. And
yeah, at first it was a little slow, and then Thomas and Stefan and Alan and a couple of the other racers introduced me to some other people, and help everybody out and adjust on their car, and I think they gained more confidence in the products they're using. So it was good. It's been good.
Yeah. And of course there are the brands, but I mean, you of course want us to run Penske. Is Penske a lot more expensive than the other?
It all depends what line you get into, but slightly more expensive. But the adjustability that you gain from it is worth it, in my opinion, and in the racer's opinion. So it's just something you'd have to, just like you spend more money for a better tire or better anything. It's
you get what you pay for.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's. That slightly inflated price comes with the help and knowledge of a technician that specializes in drag racing. So,
and you coming over here?
Correct. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, absolutely.
and of course, I know what you run. What kind of shock absorbers you run?
We actually teamed up with Penske back around 2006 or 7, and Mopar brought them to the sport. They were in NASCAR primarily, and never really done drag racing, and Mopar asked us, what can you use help with? And we said, we really need a better suspension system. And they said, well, we work with Penske and NASCAR. We'll get them to come to a test session with you. And that was the beginning of the relationship. And they brought 2 or 3 of their engineers and Adam and some of those folks and watched what we needed. And in a week or 2 weeks, they had a shock better than what we had. And we've been working with them ever since. So been a great relationship.
And of course, that's a lot of quality for you, that you can talk to someone directly about the product.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the guys work primarily out of our rig on the NHRA circuit, and of course, they every car in Pro Stock in America has the Penske shock zone, I think. So they've done a great job developing it and servicing it.
Yeah.
And that's one thing we definitely owe a big thanks to Alan and his team for bringing us on board and having a little bit of faith in us. And we grew together, and our relationship has pretty much been inseparable since we first got together. And it's brought us here and all over the world, really, in the drag racing world. And that's something we never really dabbled in until we met Alan and his team, and they've helped us a lot to get to where we are. We're really thankful for that.
And you didn't know about Sweden, that we had a place here to race?
I knew about Sweden, and something that I'm always up for, new challenges and meeting new faces and going racing all over the world. And it's this has been a lot of fun. And like Alan said earlier, the facility is awesome. It's great. It's definitely top 5 in the world, in my opinion. And
well, that's great.
People are great. People are great as well, and that sometimes means more than most of the times means more to me than the facility is how you're welcomed. And so far, the hospitality has been second to none, and that's great.
That's great to hear. Thank you. I say thank you because I'm Swedish.
Yeah. Thank you. Yep.
Yeah. So when you're racing here, you watch Pro Stock here. Similarities, differences.
A lot of the same struggles. The same people have the same struggles, whether you're in Sweden or whether you're at Pomona, California racing. You got to adjust to the track. A lot of smart guys I've met that race here. A lot of engineers, a lot of very smart people. The cars might be a little older. The motors might be a little older, but to work with what they've got, the people here are doing a great job, and very impressed.
And you know that we don't practice.
Yeah, that's something that we do a lot more of than you all. I think Tommy, the one that drives the white Chevrolet, big tall guy.
Tommy Lambert,
I don't know how he fits in the car.
Now it's amazing. You should try it. You can't even find the steering wheel.
Yeah, but I had a good conversation with him, and he's a very smart guy to do what he does with that car. But he asked me, he said, how many runs you make a year? And I said, testing and racing both, probably 250 runs a year. And these guys make 25 or 35 runs a year. So, we make double that in December testing before we even start the new season. We probably make 75 runs in December and January. So it's a lot more races, a lot more traveling, a lot more money, a lot more testing, just more of the same.
Yeah, but I can also imagine that if we had the possibility to test more, we would have a more even season if we could have pre-tests before
well, maybe with this track and the new ownership, that will get a little better next year, and they'll have an opportunity to test 2 or 3 times before the season starts next year, and that in itself will pay dividends.
Where do you come from in the United States?
Tennessee. I'm a hillbilly.
Well, I thought you had, you know, a dialect anyway. So
yeah, I live up in the Smoky Mountains
right.
of Tennessee, up in northeast Tennessee, and lived there all my life.
And that's also a place where you usually don't have to buy the booze in a store.
Yeah, yeah. You can find some of that in a jar instead of a bottle.
Yeah, a see-through jar.
Yeah.
With no label whatsoever. So you're not used to. I mean, you're here now in the Swedish summer, which is a very nice time to be here. But you're not used to the weather in the wintertime.
You know, we can have pretty harsh winters in Tennessee. Not usually. Last year was pretty harsh, but you know, this cooler weather in Sweden, I love that. So looking forward to coming back. Good.
Have you seen the barometer and what kind of quality of the air?
Yeah, today I think we had about a 2940 barometer.
Yeah.
A lot of humidity. But cool temperatures, and the track temperature was really cool. It was conditions to set a record and to go fast, and you know, Jimmy was able to accomplish that.
Yes, absolutely.
I think if we'd have had one more run, we could have maybe equaled him and done a little better job. But we got 2 or 3 runs tomorrow to get a little better and catch him, so that's our plan.
You get 2 or 3 runs. That's 8 to 4 and 4 to 2, and that's the finals.
Yep.
Yeah, great. But of course, as you say, if you would compare this barometer and the weather style and the humidity and the temperature, could you compare it to any other track in the United States? I mean, where could we practice and have the same?
The barometer's a little lower than we have at the really fast tracks. We'll at some of the sea-level tracks we'll have 30 barometer, and that really makes good power in a pro stock car. But this air probably is equal to maybe an English town or Chicago.
Okay.
About the same air, and it can get cool at times, so that pretty equal.
What's your plans for next year?
Next year, more of the same. You know, we'll practice in our Dodge Dart this winter, and the guys are dynoing every day, trying to make more power, and we'll probably have the same 2-car team with Jeg, and go out there and try to keep the championship in the Mopar camp.
Absolutely. When is your next race?
We're
US
at
Nationals?
our largest race of the year
Yeah.
is this coming week in Indianapolis, U.S. Nationals.
You got some Swedes going there too.
Yeah. They were the guys in the Alcohol Funny Car. Lindberghs, I think.
Yes, Johnny.
They do a good job, and they'll be there for sure.
You met Johnny?
Yeah.
He's also a character.
Yeah.
Like your driver over here, Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas, he is quite the character.
Yeah.
And the Lindbergh kid is really smart and doing a great job. But he had a good teacher with Manzo.
Yeah. But he's a smart kid. He's also both a tuner and a driver. I think sooner or later he might have to choose. I don't know, but
Manzo never did.
No.
He was the tuner and the driver his whole career.
Then Johnny won't either.
Probably not.
And you know that it's not the same engine.
No, I did not know that.
No. Nothing from that engine is in the car right now.
Hmm.
So it's only the rolling chassis.
Yeah.
The motor is Johnny's.
Right. Well, he's doing, like I said, he's a smart kid doing a great job.
Yeah, I think so too. And Elvira is going there in pro stock bike.
Elvira, yeah, I've met her a couple of times, and she's raced quite a few races this year. So
yeah, she has plans of going to all the events next year.
Really,
if she can find the sponsors for it.
Yeah,
that's what she wants to do.
Well, we hope she can make it.
Yeah, now she got friends also, of course, over there.
Yeah.
So your next race, I mean, you're going home when?
Monday, and we're testing actually in St. Louis Tuesday and Wednesday. So I get home Monday night about 9 o'clock and jump on my airplane at Tuesday morning at 6:30 to go to St. Louis to test at 9 o'clock. So I'm going to be home about 8 hours.
It's a crazy life, right?
Yeah.
But someone's got to do it.
That's right.
And that's you. Just one more question for you, Adam. People can get in touch with you?
Yes, they can. They can email me at adamlambert@penskeshocks.com or call our office in Reading, Pennsylvania, and talk to me.
But you have a business card that you can give me.
Absolutely. I'll leave a stack of business cards with you.
Yeah, and I can post it on the internet because,
yes, definitely.
Of course, they need to have a face. They know someone that's been in Sweden. That's probably giving you some credit because they know that you're devoted to the task.
Yep.
And your face might appear here in Sweden again.
I hope so. Yeah, I definitely. I think this is, talk to the boss back home. There's a rather large market for our product here, and we got set up with Stefan, who I think is the right connection here, and hopefully we can turn that into a good business over here, and mainly just support the racers better, and that's really what it's all about. At the end of the day, is the racers support us, we need to support them equally. So
yeah, I would say that it would make the difference which product to buy if you get the support or not the support.
Right.
If you get an anonymous support or you get a direct personal support, that's a big difference.
Yeah, absolutely. When you finally are able to put a face with the name, that's when it takes the relationship to a whole new level. You're not just talking to an empty phone. So that's really what.
It used to be that way. I'm a little bit older than you guys, but when we started buying parts from the United States, together with Stefan, which is funny because we've been buying parts very, very early. I mean, he's a lot younger than I am, but when I started importing stuff, he talked to me, and then we started importing stuff together, and then he, of course, escalated more than I did. But then people didn't know Sweden. Where is that? And they didn't pay. Sorry to say, they didn't pay very much attention to a Swedish guy calling.
That's the one thing that I've seen over the last 6 or 7 years in drag racing, that drag racers are definitely more diehard racers than other forms of sports out there. Whether it be customers that I have in Qatar and Abu Dhabi and Bahrain or Australia, now Sweden, it's all drag racing to me. It's all the same, 1,320 feet, and we're all trying to achieve the same goal. So I'm here to support that all the same, no matter where it is in the world. Good. And I definitely love to come back and show more support.
Are you both married? Of course, you have your wife with you. You're married too.
I'm not married, no.
Oh, don't go to Sweden. I'm sorry. I have to warn you. You might be stuck here. Just prepare yourself, because in Sweden is a very small country with a very small population, and a lot of the very excellent musicians, artists, and whatnots in Sweden are here because they met a Swedish woman, and then they moved here. So we got musicians, that are very famous in the United States, but they live here and they got a Swedish wife. So, well, either be prepared.
All right.
I'm just warning you.
All right.
It's a dangerous place to be a bachelor.
All right.
But of course, we will welcome you as a new Swede. So
all right, sounds good.
No problem there. But you leave your numbers and everything, because I think that's important. And that's how I got started. I started talking to Mark Williams and some other makers of rear axle parts, and the only one that really took that really got interested in exporting things to Sweden was Mark Williams. Yeah. So that's why I just chose them.
Yeah,
because they were really giving me the information back. So you got to have a partner. That's more important than anything else.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, thank you guys very much for having you here, Alan Johnson and Adam and Lambert. I'm sorry about that.
No problem.
Adam, you said Adam, and I said you got to have more name than Adam, and it's Adam Lambert.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you very much.
And good luck tomorrow, and good luck at the race, of course.
You.
I mean, we're gonna follow you.
Thank you.
And now we got a lot of more Swedes following you. Yeah. I'm sure. Yeah. And they're more professional.
I need all the help I can get. Cross your fingers and toes.
Oh, we do our best. What kind of chair are you sitting on?
What kind of chair am I sitting on? Oh, Dodge.
We choose well.
Yeah, there you go. Very good.
Thank you very much, guys, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you for having us.
See you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.